A250 that's going to be here in 2 weeks. So yeah, it's 250s here. Why don't we do quick introductions around the room here, and then what we've been doing the last couple Zooms is showing you the community bulletin board, the updates that we have, seeing if you have any updates to what we have, if any plans have become firm, or if you have new things that you want to share. We also have some other information up there on the whiteboard as well. So that I just want to bring your attention to. And I apologize, you're going to be seeing this again. You saw it on Monday.
That's all
So,
right. And I tried to get on the Phoenixville yesterday, but I must have the bad link or
Oh, no.
something. So, so
Well,
I
next
missed
next month we'll
Phoenixville.
see you.
Yes, I'll see you in January.
so good. And do you want to quick introduce yourself? I don't know if you know everyone here.
Sure. So I'm Ann Skillman, and I'm the Community Engagement Officer for the Chester County History Center, meaning that I'm here for you. Think of me as a liaison between anything 250 the townships have going on and what you need, what kind of help you need from the History Center. And then, of course, we have our own 250th programming that can affect all of the townships as well. One of the things we have going on in March is National History Day, which students from your area, grades 6 through 12, can participate. And think of it as a science fair for history enthusiasts.
Mhm.
And the theme is revolution, reaction, and reform. So any teachers uh, any history teachers especially, it's not too late for them to get involved and get their students involved. And then if you don't know any teachers or students of that age, you can volunteer as a judge. And it's a very rewarding experience. So just reach out to me or education at mycchc.org if you're interested. Heather, I'm sure you'll put that you can add that to the notes.
Yes. Yeah. What are
Yeah.
the dates again for that, Anne? Why don't we go
It's
ahead and dive in with dates too? And then when
okay.
I bring up the calendar, you can help me fix stuff.
That's March 26th is the
26.
junior competition. So that's grades 6, 7, 8. And March 27th is the senior high, 9th through 12th.
Great. Thank you.
And then
And if any has anybody here judged their the NHD before? Kim, you have. It's a lot of fun, and it's really fun to see the kids come in and they look half scared and half excited, and then they knock it out of the park with whatever their projects they're working on. I was always on the exhibits panel, so.
Yeah, I can't
and
recommend it
Heather, I
enough.
think go ahead, Kim.
Oh, I can't recommend it enough. I was a judge at National History Day Philly for like more than 10 years, and it was like my favorite event of the year, and I would do both days, and I could never get to I always wanted to go to States, but it was a terrible weekend compared to what my professional life was at the time.
And I'm thinking, Heather, when you get to talk about the wish walls, that's a great opportunity. We could have a wish wall set up in the
That's
lobby. Wouldn't that be
great.
good?
Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I wanted to point out, because we have a lot of programming that I don't need to go over here, but we just had a really great meeting with Diane Matthews and Crystal Compton from Kennett Underground. We're going to have a collaborative uh, Black History Month kickoff on January 31st here at the History Center.
Oh, great. Black History Month kickoff. Okay.
And that's January 31st, 1 to 3 in the afternoon.
1 to 3. Okay. Super. Great. So I am going to flip over to Randall now. What's new with you, sir?
Um,
And first introduce yourself real quick, just in case Carrie and Kathleen, I think you know Kathleen, but
Sure. Yep. My name's Randall Spackman. I have Thornbury Farm. So we have the Thornbury Heritage Center here and the actual combat zone for the Battle of Brandywine. I'm the president of the board of the Chadds Ford Historical Society. I'm also PHMC State Commissioner for the Pennsylvania Historic Museum Commission. So wear a lot of different hats. And of course, when the PA 250 uh, subsides, PHMC is going to assume all those duties and contacts and all from there on. So it's kind of
Mm,
nice because it's not just going to evaporate because it's a better, the governor feels it's a better spot location for it anyway, for that. But yeah, we have a couple of different things. I'm working on right now. I'm helping with West Goshen Township. Just a few things on my calendar ahead. Sorry, is May 30th. They're doing their thing with the Battle of the Clouds. I'm at Spackman Davis Farm June 20th, speaking
mhm.
June 20th. And then we have May 30th for West Goshen, June 20th for Spackman Davis Farm in Callan Township. And
Mhm.
then we have September 19th for the Battle of Chadds Ford with a big tavern night. And we're looking at doing fireworks and all kinds of things that day.
What was that date, Randall?
September 19th is for the Battle of Chadds Ford.
September 19th. Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to do a Lafayette Day this year, but I am looking for doing a musical program because we have the organ and the piano here and the big, music stuff that we do here. So I want to get like a choral or music or symphony or something like
You
that,
had mentioned
and
that,
actually
yeah.
have like one of those candlelight things out here on the battlefield um, one evening or something like that this summer. So I'm trying to put some of those uh, items together, try and produce that.
We'll have to catch up maybe right after the
Yeah.
holidays. We could catch up and kind of see what that might look like a little bit more. Maybe you'll have a better idea too after having some holiday candy.
Candy makes the world go round and makes me rounder. Um, but yeah, but basically, hearing things from the state level, from Delaware County and Chester County, there's a lot of different things that are starting to happen and emulate from the ground level coming up and all that. And what's great having this kind of platform is we actually can put the dates on the calendar. So we try to eliminate conflicts, but also figure where we can work together for stuff. I'm getting so many speaking engagements and things like that. It's kind of nice to see what's out there and how I can help and orchestrate on behalf of the governor, but also so many different things to support the 250, throughout the region. Um, it's one of those little side boat knowers. I'll tell you, July 2nd, I'm in Erie. We're rededicating the
Hmm.
flagship Niagara. That's the tallest ship that the state of Pennsylvania
Sure.
owned. We just went through a several $1 million restoration with her, and she'll be um, reissued for full service July 2nd. And then July 4th, I believe I'm up in Scranton speaking at the Battle of Wyoming, which is about the F&I Indians and all that up there which was a
Mm,
huge battle up in that area. So it's amazing how across the state there's so much. I'd say in the last maybe 6 weeks, and you guys probably seen this, it started to bubble a little bit, and people realize,
yeah, yeah.
oh my gosh, that's next year. How
Yep.
the heck did we not know that? We better do something. And I'm speaking at the farm show in January. And one of the things, topics I'm talking about is about how farmers can support the 250, but also simple, just welcoming the community in their farm. It was simple decorations and cute things that are low cost but engaging, and be part of the city, the communication in the municipality. Go to a municipal meeting, explain what they do, because a lot of times the supervisors and some of these areas don't even know what farms are nowadays or how they're changing agriculture. So it's a good time to build that repertoire up and have those different talks and try and keep people on the farm. It's a great time. Everybody feels good about it. Post about your family history in your farm and all that, and be proud of that with the 250. So we're coming up with a lot of different ways to support farmers, but also like the century homes and things like that
Hmm.
throughout the station, but also through Chester County. Chester County is such a huge farming um, area that people don't realize it how big a stake it is in the county
Oh,
still.
that's
So that's
right.
the reason why I'm going up there to speak about it.
That's great. Awesome.
So sorry, that was my what 9 minute intro.
But thanks,
I
Randall.
apologize.
We'll just keep swinging around here. This is great. Uh, Kathleen, what's new with you and
Hi.
Chad's board?
Not a whole lot, but something that Randall just said is like at one of those 250 events, or the Battlefield Task Force at Thornbury Farm, I met someone from Delaware County, and they were really interested in preserving farmland. And
Hmm.
Chester County hasn't built as quickly as Delaware County has, and I feel like
Right.
that's an interesting battle for someone to fight in Delaware County. But we do have farms, we do, and
Yeah.
they do need
Yep.
to. I think we do need to have I'm sorry, for people that don't know, I am a supervisor of Chatsworth Township, but we need more tools in our toolbox to protect the farmers, as far as
Hmm.
the county is concerned and as far as the township's concerned. But there's very little, I think, which is why you end up seeing what you see, with farmland just being taken up constantly. So to that point, that I find that interesting. As far as the 250 goes, I almost didn't even get on this call. I appreciate that Chester County allows me on here, but I don't have much to add. We're trying to solicit Chatsworth Township businesses to be able to be on our web for advertising on our site and things like that. I think
Hmm.
there's a lull right now, but as Randall said,
Yes.
people are realizing, oh, it's 26, and you're going to see all the people coming in. And I especially think the restaurants are going to be, more interested in putting together some specials or things like that for 2026.
Yeah,
So
sure.
hopefully it'll
Sure.
pick up around us. But right now, I think we are in a bit of a lull. So
And I imagine a lot of the restaurants won't even want to think about this until March, you know?
no,
So,
that's that.
because
Then
it's so
that's
closer.
how they roll. But I mean, we
Yeah.
just were planting the seed, so to speak. We're
Yeah,
just
I
planting
love
that
it.
seed on start. We're here, and so we'll
Yeah.
go back and poke them again in the new year. But
Oh, that's great. That's great. Carrie Freeman, welcome. I heard you were coming today. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm Carrie Freeman. I am not involved with anything that pertains to history. Um,
That's okay.
but I do have tons of contacts. I was the CEO for over 20 years for the United Way of Southern Chester County. So I do have lots of contacts that if you need me to make a connection, reach out. And I know nothing about your endeavor yet, but I didn't know Anne, the National History event. I don't even know what to call it. If you need me to reach out to the heads of the history departments at the four southern school districts, I could do that. I don't know if that's a standard thing that's already gone out to them or.
The additional communication would be really helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
That would
And
be fabulous.
about 250 in general, but in any organizations that are looking for volunteers or student help or whatnot, getting communicating with the schools has been one of our greatest obstacles. They're just really hard and hard, they're just stretched. So it's hard to get information to the right folks.
So who would I connect with from this group to get the info I'd need to send out? Like, is Ann
So
my contact for that, or Heather, are you my contact for that?
yeah, you can put your contact information on there. We could put it as a note on the community bulletin board that you're available to talk to for such things. But also, like Anne has a very specific event in March where they're trying to reach the schools. I mean, you can talk to each other directly. You don't need us to be in the middle of that. So
Okay. So that's why Karen stuck me on this.
yeah. And same with the libraries too, I would imagine, and some of the events that they're doing. So, oh, Anne just put her email in the chat. So,
Awesome. Yeah, so that's where I can help out if if people need to contact at the libraries down here or I know Southern Chester County real well.
Great.
Don't know necessarily anything else about the North or anywhere.
Oh, that's absolutely fine. No, that's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Carrie. Okay. Sarah LaCour, how are you? What's going on out at Avongrove these days?
I'm good. We're also kind of in a planning lull because the holiday season is upon us and we're doing lots of holiday programming at the library, but
Nice.
we have actually been working a little bit with the Chester County History Center. I know we're going to bring one of your exhibits to the library in April, I think the month of April, and then
Oh, yeah.
also hosting a teen research workshop on January 8th to drum up hopefully some interest in the History Day. So,
Oh, that's great.
yeah. But that's pretty much it for right now. We're in the steps of planning hopefully some speakers at the library and some local book talks and stuff, but still in planning stages.
Oh, great. Great, great, great. Okay. And who else do we have? Is that you always come up with an McG and I can never remember your full name. That's terrible. Oh, you're on mute there.
Hi, Heather and everyone. Yes, I have to get that name finally corrected, but this is Frank McGrail from East
Right.
Marlborough Township Historic Commission. And I guess a quick update. We've been trying to get some momentum going. I believe one thing that one of our Historic Commission members suggested is using, if you're familiar with the Declaration Journey PBS series that was, I guess, a three-part series.
Yes.
He's suggesting that we get that advertised in our township and somehow put it on our website and start promoting that within the township and have a presentation of that. I've also reached out to I teach as an adjunct faculty member at one of the universities in the area, and I reached out to the history department professor to see if he's interested in participating in a Dare to Declare presentation in our township with,
Oh, wonderful.
I guess, a slant to be more of a update to the American over 250 years of how society's changed in the nature of America. So I'm waiting to get his response to see if he's hopefully available to speak, and we'll have again a Dare to Declare presentation with more of a panel discussion of how our society has modified and progressed over these 250 years. So,
And this is with the township.
yeah, well, we're still having to get our supervisors on board with approving it, but I do talk with the township manager, and he's very interested. So
That's great.
we'll definitely have to get the input from the supervisors, but we have tried to make some inroads now to get finally, now that we're near the end of 2025, we don't have much time to plan, but I think we're getting the things in motion now to participate.
Oh, super. Now you said about the Declaration Journey, the PBS. What do you have in mind for that?
I guess the suggestion was that first of all, we have our own historic website. We'll start to promote that on our website, but also possibly see if we can get approval to use that series as a meeting and a discussion session with the area. We're working with one of the churches in our township to hold our historical artifacts there, and I think they're very open to host something like this, that we can have a general meeting and have some of these series, I guess, presented there, and basically just have a discussion with the attendees at that type of meeting. Not sure what his goal was. I just got an email from him a few weeks ago that he's saying, I believe wants to advertise it on our township's newsletter that we publish probably early spring, and also I mentioned with our website, we'll have a notice put out there of anything to do with the series. It's still in the development stages, so I really don't have a
Sure.
lot of good details to share with you yet, but it's just one idea that he had that might gain some interest in our township.
Super. Hey, Kim, do you have any new news in terms of the PBS watch parties? I know you had updated some of our materials.
Yes. So many of you, probably most of you, watched all or some portion of the American Revolution on PBS. Before it was broadcast, we had been working with PBS to put together some resources around having a watch party that happened during the actual broadcast. And so there were a couple of organizations around the county that did that, but it was a little difficult. I know when I started watching it at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I still haven't finished it. I'm watching it in like 15-minute increments, and I love history.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but the good news is that WETA and PBS have made available 45-minute screener reels for download by nonprofits that want to have a watch party about the American Revolution. So there are a handful of themes, life and liberty. There's one about young people. There's one about the military, so that different organizations that might want to present one of these screener reels can kind of zero in on who their audience is. And on our website, we have a page for the watch parties, and it has the link to go. You go directly to WETA PBS to put yourself in, and they will work with you to get you the reel that you want. It's an MP4 download that can stream from a computer. So it can be you can have a watch party in person where it's broadcast from a projector or on a television, or you could do it on online where you are streaming through the Zoom or Teams or whatever web service you're using. And there are all these amazing resources that go along with it. There's discussion questions and word finds and just lots and lots of additional information and resources on how to have a fun watch party so that you can really engage people, as
Mm.
well as how to promote it well. So on our website under in America 250, there's a watch party tab. If you click on that, all the information is there, but going from kind of the fear of having a live party, a live broadcast party. Originally, they had told us that Wednesday was going to be the Philadelphia campaign night. And so, it was like, oh, great. Well, on Wednesday night of the American Revolution, everyone can watch, we can have Chester County, Philadelphia campaign watch parties. Well, if any of you watched the American Revolution, it was episode anyway, it was the following episode than the one that they told us that actually focused mostly on Chester County. So unfortunately, there's no Chester County specific screening reel, but if you take a look at that, it's a really low, not difficult way to have an America 250 event. If you think you can get together 5 or 10 or more people, it's a great way to engage your audiences with the American Revolution, and not for 2 hours at a time at 8 o'clock at night, but whenever you want for 45 minutes.
So true. Yeah, I know the one night I did definitely fall asleep during it, and then ended up watching the rest of it like my next day when I was eating lunch. So, okay. I think we've gone around the room. I'm with to jump on Kim's report about the watch parties. Frank, when you were talking about the Dare to Declare and convincing your supervisors, we're hosting a new video featuring different members of Chester County, of the Chester County's communities, reading the Declaration of Independence. And we're going to be hosting red carpet premieres at the end of January, and in your area on February 10th over at the Kennett Library. So I'm going to start sharing my screen here to show you the latest on our bulletin board. And I'll first I'll show you from the top. So just so you can see, it might look a little differently now We've been doing some updates to it, so there's more room for people to enter their events in. If you see any of your events missing there, we will add in Ann's NHD on here as well. But going back to the red carpet premieres, we have those dates on here. So yes, so the red carpet premieres, we have, what is it, 18 different readers reading the Declaration of Independence. We're going to be hosting them at the premiere dates on the 26th of January, the 28th of January. One will be at Uptown Theater, one will be at the Colonial Theater. So we're kind of moving it around the county. So, and then it'll be down at Kennett Library on the 10th, like I said. I just want to show on the calendar though, because there's a couple things that just want to let you all know are happening out there that are coming up in January as well. On Friday, January 16th at 1 o'clock, there is going to be a rally at Chester County History Center by A250, which is the state entity that oversees all the different activities from the state's point of view. They're having a rally there. Later that afternoon, they're having another rally up at Montgomery County at the Washington's chapel the same day. So to do the rally from Montgomery County. And I think I even read that Delaware County is also doing it that day. So there's a bunch of rallies going on Friday, January 16th, apparently, to get everybody excited about 250. The other thing I want to point out, we mentioned Dare to Declare. We're having we're going to be having our premieres later in the month. You've seen, I think, most of you, the resources that we have on Dare to Declare. I'll point them out where you can find them on the bulletin board in a second. But Visit Monco will be hosting a workshop coming up very quickly on January 16th from 10 to noon. There's a session, and then 6 to 8 in the evening. It'll be at the Valley Forge Visitor Center. And there's going to be a training with Dr. Emily Sneff and Dr. Larisha Hawkins and Adam Gressick, who is the one of the main rangers over at Valley Forge, who regularly does readings of the Declaration. So that's an event that is their training. It's absolutely free. They are working on a flyer. I saw the second pass come through my inbox this morning, but it hasn't been posted. As soon as we get that, we'll get it out to everyone. But never fear. Either way, we're going to be having our own workshops later in the spring, like in February, March, April. We haven't honed in on the dates yet. I know Dr. Emily Sneff is going to be at one of those to talk about the Declaration, provide some background context. And we've also been working with Stephen Lyons, who helped coach our readers and who is an amazing person in theater and just knows how to do the tips and tricks on reading the Declaration. So I wanted to bring those January dates up on here before, and I will come back to all your dates in a second, but I wanted to highlight those because they have they're tied in with some of the Dare to Declare stuff we're doing. So you can see we have everything broken down now by month. We also want to let you all know that we are working sometime this winter. We're going to combine the calendars that we have been running for Phoenixville, for the Main Line region, and for Westchester and Coatesville, and this to make a master calendar so we can help you get your information out, help everyone see what all's going on in context with the rest of the county. Okay, we've also added in 2027 dates, and as you see, we included all the battle dates that were happening in Chester County. So as you're thinking about, because R250, of course, continues into 2027. So we now have a bunch of quick links on here for you. We have our overall website link. the link to all our Dare to Declare resources, which I'm going to take you over to in a second. We also have information on resources on the wish walls, how to do one in Chester County. We've got resources tailored and custom made for you all, and also the mini grants and so forth, and educator resources. Just these are all our quick links. Going on, I wanted to talk about our red carpet premieres a little more detail. Here is a little some information about it. We have, and then the registration for very quick and dirty if you want to register to go. No charge for these. And we encourage you, if you're thinking, if your organization's thinking about hosting a reading of the Declaration and you're trying to convince members of your, your staff or your board or whoever you need to convince that it's a good idea and you want them to hear the Declaration being read, the red carpet premieres are a great place to do that. And it's free, and it'll be a fun community event to get everybody rallied up for 250. I also wanted to point out, I've I've heard from one of you, I think, in this group are planning declaration readings. If there are others, please let me know. We would like you to, if you haven't registered your Dare to Declare, to register it at this email link or this Google Doc link. That way we know you're planning something and we can connect you with the resources and help you out with that as much as you can and help promote. We also now have mini grants available, and I am going to take you over to that page right now, just so you could see it. There are two types. There's one for general programs and events that you might be planning, any kind of initiative that you're thinking about for 250. It could be a poetry slam. It could be a community picnic. It could be anything. It'll come underneath those grants. Starting in January, we'll be accepting mini grant applications specifically for declaration readings. So it could help pay for your AV equipment, your podiums, your anybody who you're hiring to read if you're going that route. Anything related to a declaration reading. So, and then here's the information of where you can how to apply. So I'm going to go back. So can you see the Google Doc again? Okay, just wanted to make sure. So there's the Watch Together information that Kim was talking about. And then more about the Wish Wall initiative. And I wanted to bring this up specifically. If you haven't heard me talk about wish walls, but if you've heard me talk about these ad nauseum, I'm sorry. If you haven't heard about it before, what they are is a wonderful way to engage your public in wishing America a happy birthday on its 250th. This is an initiative that was formed by a group called Made by Us and the New York Historical Society. And they started it in 2025, 2024, 2025. They ran with the program with a number of national organizations and museums. And between I believe it was Memorial Day and I'm sorry, between Juneteenth and the 4th of July, I believe it was, they hosted Wish Walls as part of their civic season, which is another one of their initiatives that promotes civic engagement and education, especially among young people. And basically, you can post postcards on a wall, wish and invite your public to do this. Wishing any kind of message they want to give to America. And we've been trying this out. As Randall well knows, we had a booth at Thornberry Farm last month. And excuse me, I had to change position there. Um, we collected cards from folks and had them posted up on the walls. I'm gonna bring up the page so you can see them. So we have our wish wall resource page, and we also encourage you, if you're interested in doing this, also register with Made by Us. They have their own website and a number of resources, including this one here where it says on our 250th complete how-to kit. They have everything on there. They have their versions of the postcards. They have media opportunities. And they are also going to maintain a map for folks to see where all these different wish walls are happening. But we created our own cards. And you can see an example of one of the wish cards here that we created, and they're completely downloadable for you to use. You can tailor them any way you need to. And it's a very, very easy lift, and it was very, very well received when we've done them. The kids get involved. Their wishes range to world peace to they hope that everyone eats more vegetables. They're very fun and enlightening, and they're great in any venue. So let me go back from there. Okay, are we back on the document here? Okay. So, and then again, and I should also mention the wish Made by Us they sent an email out to all their currently participating wish walls this morning about an info session they're hosting tomorrow. And I'm going to plug this in right now. I meant to do it before we got on, and I didn't, but now you can find it. They are, can you see that? They have a Zoom from 1 to 2, talking to some of the folks who hosted them last year. And you can tell Smithsonian was one of the folks who's going to be hosting tomorrow's Zoom session. So you can click that link. You should be able to find their information. Want to attend that. They also, I believe, are recording these. Okay, now we'll get out of this. I also want to lift up a few things, and neither like David Blackburn's not here today, so I'll just quickly mention the Chester County 250 Commission has a website for you to find their information at. They are maintaining a calendar where you can submit your events directly, and it will populate their various feeds, including the CVB. We're still trying to get a better understanding of that, but this is what it looks like right now. They also have the Chester County Planning Commission is working on a campaign for Keep America Beautiful, and they're encouraging heritage sites and organizations throughout the county to partner with them I believe their plan is to host 250 Keep America Beautiful projects in Chester County. So they have a link to that if you're interested. If a township, it might be a great project for a township to do in a park. But there's the information to connect with them. And Sarah had mentioned the traveling exhibit that's coming to Avongrove. That exhibit is also available for folks to book. It's a couple of panels that are completely portable, and they can come, I understand, for specific events or for a period of time. And the information to how to engage that if you're interested in hosting one of their exhibits. It could be for one of your events tied to 250. The link for that is here. You reach out directly to Cliff Parker or Stacy Hutchinson at the Chester County Archives. And lastly, we keep information living on here from the National Constitution Center and their various resources and initiatives. And I think at our last one, someone had asked for sources for the pocket booklets for the Constitution and Declaration of Independence. So we have that information up here as well. Okay. Just wanted to say, oh, hi, Crystal. You snuck in on us. How are you today?
I'm good. Hello, everyone. I was here at 2 and I couldn't get on, so I just kind of waited around.
Oh, very good. Well, we're glad you made it in. So, do you have any updates for us on any events coming up in 2026?
We're working on some things, so maybe the next meeting we'll have to report. I don't know if
Perfect.
we,
Perfect.
Anne and myself are working on something January 31st
Yes,
with,
she had mentioned that. Yes.
okay, so there's a couple
Now,
of things
do we have
happening.
that on our calendar yet? Yes,
Not yet.
we do. So, okay. So, yeah, so that's the one. I think we have it on another calendar, actually. I know I've seen it. So it's Saturday, January.
January 31st. Diane Matthews mentioned it in
Yeah,
yesterday's call.
yeah. Okay, so we'll have to copy that over and um let's see.
Yeah.
And this is why we're starting to head towards the master calendar because we're starting to see cross-pollination between regions. So so, and what can you tell me the name of the event again? It's just quick, and then
I
we'll
think we're going to
catch the
call it
information.
Looking Back, Stepping Forward. Crystal, does that sound good?
Yes, it's going to be a sequel. Well, I shouldn't say sequel. It's going to be 4 different stages.
Okay.
So
I
we
know
can.
we have more of this information, so okay. Rampton and Skillman. And that'll give us, we'll populate the rest from our other document here. So y'all can see it. So I don't think, yeah, Carol couldn't be here today. She has something coming up with MLK Community Day. Is anyone else participating in that? And
Kirk is.
who is?
Kirk, Kennett Underground Railroad Center.
Oh, great, 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 great.
Our acronym is Kirk, not Keurig. Some people have been calling it. I said Keurig is the coffee.
So you're going to be one of the booths or
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
And
great.
I also represent CAX. I'm a board member. If you guys haven't donated to us, we're looking for you guys. But I'm sure Carrie told you she's on here smiling.
Actually, no. Are you popping it
She's
in here,
muted.
Emily? We're both like, we have more. I'm not going to write anymore. I'll let somebody else handle it.
Guys,
So,
I'm sorry I have to jump off. I want to thank you
okay.
guys. This is such great energy. I'm glad to see these things are really coming together, and this is going to be an exciting year next year.
Thanks, Randall.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay, so we'll populate that. Um, is anyone specifically, I'm gonna, if folks don't have anything else to add to our current calendar here, I will pop off of here and we can have a little more discussion and I can see all of you and we don't have to look at the bulletin board. All right. I'll let let Emily fill those things in and we'll make sure that other one that gets on there. Is anyone else planning a Dare to Declare event, a declaration reading at their organization or a wish wall specifically? that we can direct. I know Frank said he is. That is there any, how can we help sort of Sarah, are the libraries doing it at all? I think some are, but are all libraries and it's just
So the whole Chester County system every library should be doing one. I don't know. It is up to the library to actually plan it. The
Mhm.
Avon Grove Library, we're doing it June 26th, I think.
Oh,
I have
great.
to check. June 25th with Jim Seagrave, who's a historian, and he's just gonna do a talk. He's gonna read the declaration and then do a talk about it, I think. So,
Oh, great. Do you have a time for that? If you don't,
uh, at 6:30 p.m.
6:30.
I have a question.
Sure.
I just found out about the wish wall. Thank you, Anne. She had mentioned it. Um,
Yeah.
I want to know, could I do that as early as Juneteenth? Can I
You can do
present?
it anytime. Yeah, anytime.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be a great place for one, Crystal. Were you on when I was showing the wish wall page?
Yes, I was. I saw
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
That's what
the
gave me the ideal. I did. I just didn't. I have to convince. I'm one of those people. I have to convince my board to do a couple things. So,
totally get it. Yeah, and if you need any help with that, that we came out to Thornberry to help out with their wish wall. We were kind of trying it out a little
mhm.
bit, and it worked really well. And what we used were the boards, those trifold, presentation boards that the students use for NHD.
Right.
And we used the postcards and popped them on there. Other organizations have put the postcards on street facing windows, which I mean, I don't know if Kathleen's still on. We had, if I mean, a
I am.
restaurant could potentially do this, a public building could do this, a library could do this, where, people write their wishes and you can post them on so people can see them from the street. If you have,
Absolutely. Yeah,
you
there's
know,
yeah, there are some definite ideas in certainly in the village of places that could do that.
So yeah, they're a really easy lift that way. And I'll tell you in that host guide that Made by Us has, there is somewhere in there, you go to that host guide, it's a huge Google Doc and they have links to everything and folders to everything. And there, one of the folders somewhere in there had photographs from different wish walls that the people did back in July 2025, June 2025.
Hmm. Hmm.
And one that I remember that I thought was really fun and interesting was Connor Prairie. They were doing theirs outside and they had, if you've ever seen probably at Michael's or any kind of craft mark, somebody, with the skills and the wood could do this. But they basically, like this size Christmas ornament made out of wood, just a slice of wood, I guess you could say, something that, I don't
Hmm.
know if yeah, I can't with my screen behind me, but, um, something very small. In any case, they had the wooden wood or ornaments, and they had people writing their wish on them in Sharpie, and they were hanging them outside
Mm.
in their pavilion. So,
Okay.
or information center. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can do it. People were clipping them to rope on a clothesline. Yeah, there's whatever works for your site. That's what I mean by an easy lift. They can go anywhere. And if there's concern about people writing things that you don't want public to be reading as they're walking by. You can vet them too. You can, some organization, they were very nervous about this back in the spring. And
Hmm.
at their meeting where they were reporting out about it, as the groups are saying, they didn't have any problems. One said that they had one card that they had to pull out of
Yeah.
hundreds that they got.
Yeah, I think in this age of social media, all the the bad actors get all the press, but
Yeah,
overall, there are a lot of really good people out there,
yeah,
and we're only hearing about
exactly,
the one bad actor, and so
exactly,
we're all worried
exactly.
about these things, and then it doesn't really come to pass. And so I think this is that I hope, and I continue to hope this is one of those things.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too. And when we at Thornberry, it was uplifting. It was, people
mhm,
were having fun with it, and people's wishes were all for the good,
right, yeah,
So
that's what
yeah,
people want, and
people
that's what
want
people want to hear.
the good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a great way to engage with people. Yeah, and it's not too in your face or,
Well, it's also a
you
good
know.
way to have people look forward,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yeah, not dwell and
Exactly.
just what do you want? What do you want to see? What's your wish?
And I think that was one of the goals of Made by Us when they
Yeah,
conceived of this.
yeah,
So,
I can see that.
yeah. So, um, let's see. I mentioned Dare to Declare and I sort of glossed over it, and I just want to make sure you're aware where you can see this on the bulletin board. If you haven't seen our resource page for all the different resource guides, scripts, um, templates, you name it. I'm trying to get to the page here, and for some reason I can't get to it. Let's see. There it is. Here's the page for that. It's one of the quick links. You can register your Dare to Declare here. You register for any of those red carpet premieres. We have all the information up on that page. And then below all that are all the toolkits, everything you could possibly want or need for planning your Dare to Declare. So if you haven't seen this before, it ranges from, your assignment lists, the MC guide, the reader's guide, tips and tricks, that sort of thing, and any other kind of planning information you might want. So that's my quick run through on that. So sorry, I meant to show that earlier. There you go. You've got it. Is there anything else for the good of the group here? Do we have any other events that you want to share or that you're looking forward to, or your ways we could help going forward? Uh,
I have something that I picked up yesterday from the Phoenixville meeting.
oh, yay.
So the French and Pickering, and maybe you know about this, but I didn't know about it. French and Pickering Creeks Conservation Trust, and the Warwick Furnace ruins.
Oh,
Yes,
the cannon.
the cannon, right. They excavated a 4,500 pound cannon that would shoot 18-pound cannonballs.
Yeah.
They have it mounted on a flatbed truck. And so across Chester County, if there are any sites or activities or programs where you would like to have a Revolutionary War, 4,500 pound Revolutionary War cannon at your event,
Me.
Penny Hunt.
Who doesn't want a cannon?
Penny Hunt, we'll put you in touch with her, who can help make that happen. And they also have a couple of volunteers trained to speak about it too, so it's not just a static cannon that people stare at. So I thought that was so cool. I was like, it's a cannon on a trailer that can come to you. So
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
great.
Do with that what you will. I thought it was awesome.
You have the contact information, Kim, and information about it from
Yep.
yesterday. So we
Yes,
can
yes.
share that out on the bulletin boards too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I want first dibs. That'll be my third cannon ever.
Oh,
Yay.
wow. You're really
You have two
committed.
already?
Yes, I had it for when I did the presentation for my cemetery.
Oh, nice.
I had a cannon first, and then I actually got to send one off.
You
Scared
got
a
to
lot of
light a
people, but
cannon?
yes, it was so cool.
Oh my gosh. Do you have any video of it?
I have to look and see. That was back before COVID. I believe it was like 2012.
Wow. Wow. We should have a fire a cannon event somewhere. Then I'll pay for that.
Oh,
Call the folks over at Paoli Battlefield. I imagine
Right,
they
right.
could conjure something up
how
there.
about Oh, I will get, you have my information?
I
Yeah.
can, yep. I will send you the information, Crystal. That is
Thank
so
you.
cool.
Because I'm
Woohoo.
thinking Chad's Ford Brandywine Battlefield. We're pairing with them for 250. So that
Oh,
would be
okay.
so cool.
Mhm.
Now, do you all know the history of those cannons?
Sorry, Kathleen?
Well, didn't North American Land Trust get one of the cannons? Or is that something else?
They dug up what, four of them, or was it five?
But they don't have theirs mounted on a trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that is true. That's true.
The Chester County History Center is lucky enough that we are getting one of the cannons and we'll have it. So we're hoping to have it in place by next fall.
Awesome.
We'll have it
Very good.
outside the History Center, but not in a safe area that we can shoot it off.
Downtown Westchester?
Gonna
We'd be
say, should
going
the
right
Uptown
into,
Theater be worried?
yes.
Mhm.
So the story with those cannons is they found them after a lot of archaeological research and searching for a few years, wasn't it, Anna? They you probably have more information than I do at this point. Oh, you're back on mute. Then
Then
we'll
they
wrap up.
partnered with Westchester University and they used, I can never get the terminology right, but it's the ground,
Oh,
LiDAR.
what is it?
LiDAR. It's
Yes,
yeah,
LiDAR. Yeah.
ground penetrating.
reading. Yeah.
And they flew a drone over a grid, just doing it very methodically over the area in grids until they found it lit up and so then they started digging et voila.
Because the suspicion was that there were cannons buried to hide them from the British, correct?
Yep. Although it could have just been that they were abandoned in a creek
Abandoned and
bed. Yeah.
buried.
And just naturally got
Yeah,
covered up
yeah,
through erosion. But someone did a whole film on the process that we showed
yeah, yeah.
at a history
It's been a couple
makers
years since I've
board.
seen what they've put together on that, but it's cool. And now the cannons are getting out and about. That's awesome. So, all right. Well, do we have anything else? Any other artillery to report about? Our next meeting, and I imagine folks will be getting back up to speed a bit come January, I would imagine. Um, I just lost use of my mouse. I just lost use of everything. Okay, can you hear
I think
me?
it's the 28th of
Thank
January.
you. I couldn't get to my
Yeah.
calendar to look.
And that also is the day of one of our red carpet premieres.
Okay, so we'll see you at 2 o'clock that day, and hopefully we'll see you at the premieres. And if we don't see you at that premiere, there's one at least closer to you folks down on February 10th at Kennett Library. So that'll be fun too. So
Carrie,
great.
don't we need a cannon for our exciting news? You're on mute. She's shaking her head no. Okay, I'll be calm.
Do you have more exciting news there, Crystal? Or
Well, CAC's just got a new building.
ah,
So, like, I'm thinking of the party that we can have and light a cannon and empty everybody's pockets for home insecurity and food insecurity. So
oh,
she's saying no to me. So I'll just wait.
you just want the cannon.
Cannon, cannon and donations.
Cannon and
Yes,
donation. Well, that's one way to force donations.
yes.
Well, Well, thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful holiday season. And if we don't see you somewhere on one of these Zooms or other programs in the next month, we'll see you on January 28th.
Okay,
Thank
be
you.
blessed. Have
Happy
a great